What's your name, boy?
Hugo.
Marty and I were talking about making a movie that we could show our kids and something, you know, for the family. And then this popped on my desk, and, you know, what a fantastic movie for him as well.
Just seemed natural time in my life to try to go back to what I saw as a young child, and the obsession that I felt when I first saw pictures move.
You've got to find that piece of material that would attract, I'm not saying always Martin Scorsese, but would attract filmmakers, attract talent. You know, if it's written on the page and it's a really good story to tell, you'll get everything else that goes along with it. If it's not, no matter how hard you try, it's never going to come together.
Magicians used machines like this when I was a boy. Some walked, some danced, some sang, but the secret was always in the clockwork.
When you work with Scorsese, you work with his team. It's not just him. It's Dante Ferretti who builds the most amazing sets, you know. Sandy Powell with the costumes, Bob Richardson who shoots it. And so going in, we all know each other. This is our fourth movie, so we all know each other. So you kind of know the spectacle you're going to get. You know, Scorsese is all about authenticity of the time.
He just makes everybody feel at home.
He pays attention to, like, so much detail.
And he's such a perfectionist. You might do something and he keep on saying do it over and over and over again. He's sort of wondering, like, why is he doing that? Yeah. And when you watch the film and you see how he's pulled it all together, and you can see why he is such a renowned director.
There's always something about when you make movies. It's like playing, like children playing. It's serious play, but you're playing. Even when you're building the sets sometimes come in and they actually build a set. It's a toy, you know. So it's like being in that toy.
When he goes into the editing room, he remembers every single take and every single one that you did different. And in his little script, he writes down, like, every little number and, like, digit of what he likes. So he's a perfectionist.
Every single tiny gesture that you offer Martin Scorsese will be in the movie. And that's a wonderful feeling. Because those moments between action and cut, if you can imagine, are so precious. And you're not going to ever get them back again. You've got a bit of talent.
I'm pretty sure the first film I saw was A Bug's Life.
Very prestigious film.
Yep, seeing little animated insects running around really messed with my head.
The big one that made me realize that you can make films and understood how films move was The Magic Box, a British film. The story of William Friese-Greene. That's the one my father took me to see. That around the same time as The Red Shoes.
I think one of my first movies I ever saw was probably Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, but one of the first movies I saw that really struck with me was probably Breakfast at Tiffany's.
It was a film that I went to see as a child called Never Take No for an Answer, and it was about an orphan, and I have to say that he looked almost exactly like me as a little boy. He was a little Italian boy, and we were twins, one sitting in the cinema, one on the screen, and I bonded with him, and I thought, that's my life, that's what I want. I want to be part of that wonderful storytelling tradition.
At the same time, there were American films and many British films, but the 3 or 4 also Italian neorealist films, where I sense something that may have to do more with Taxi Driver and with Raging Bull, of course, but that cinema is not just one thing, it could be many things.
Machines never come with any extra parts, you know. They always come with the exact amount they need. So I figured if the entire world was one big machine, I couldn't be an extra part. I had to be here for some reason.
You want to see it the way that Marty wants you to see it. And so to do it illegally is just...
There's no point.
There's no point. Why would you do that?
Don't do it. I don't know what to say to that. I mean, I think, you know, it's terrible. It's a part of our business. It's the really dark side.
Definitely watch it in the cinema.
Yeah, the 3D aspect.
3D is incredible.
It's not
if you do it, watching it in 2D, it's an amazing film. Watching it in 3D, it's magical.
You know, I can't stress enough to people to go and see this film for many reasons, but one of them is definitely the 3D aspect of it. No one is ever going to see a movie quite like this in 3D.
Audiences will leave the cinema honestly saying to themselves or to each other, isn't life really beautiful? It's a very life-affirming, totally uplifting film.
Once upon a time, I met a boy named Hugo. He searched to find a secret message.
I need to know what this means.
And how that message lit his way. Hugo! All the way home.
Hugo.